Hi guys, welcome to part 2. Part 1 clearly divided some opinion. Today what we're going to look at is shotguns over 100 meters. For that we've got a little bit more professional, and for the cost of £2 each we bought these whole cartridge pattern boards. So we can actually try and draw some conclusion. So what we're going to be doing is we've got 3 different cartridges to test. Ballistically, I think we might go into ballistics in part 3 a little bit more in depth. Ballistically at 100 yards, the only thing that's possibly capable of killing game is going to be BBs, AAAs or SSGs. But we've got some 32 gram 5s we're going to start with. Let's go. Put these 3 targets out and we're going to do 3 lots of this, 3 repetitions of this. We're going to shoot that one with 32 gram 5s, this one with 50 gram BBs, and that one with the wild card. A 28 gram 6.5, but the parkour variant that's traveling at 1600 feet per second. So actually it's got just enough retained energy. If I can get 4 bits of shot in that bird at 100 yards, that could count as a kill. Before we go any further, I just need to stipulate in my last video, I wasn't saying you cannot kill birds over 55 yards with a shotgun. I just drew my line at 55 yards, saying that 55 yards was the end of consistent, 100% guaranteed clean kills. So we're here today, see what we can do at 100 meters. Moving the order of the targets, because actually that one was in a ditch. We just went back to the 100 meter mark and you couldn't see it. So we're gonna put it on the hill instead. That's a long way. I mean, that's a hell of a long way. Those pheasants are real life, perhaps a little bit even bigger than real life. The wings aren't, but the body is. Let's shoot them. Starting, high pheasant, 32 gram 5s, fibre wad, 100 English meters, right hand target. Next, sovereign parkour, left hand target, and my BB target has fallen over. So not really sure what we're going to find, but if we find something we're happy with, what we'll do, or if we think these are capable, what we'll do is we'll put some more targets out and then we'll get a couple just for demonstration purposes. Because the middle BB one fell down, we're going to go for a slightly different order of events and we'll shoot the 50 grammers last because they're the coolest. I think I missed. No, I didn't miss. But at 100 meters, 32 gram 5 high pheasants bounced off a bit of cardboard. Shall we have a look at the other one? Okay, so obviously expecting this one to be... No, look, we got 1 actual hole, 2 actual holes. We got a lot of little strikes down in the tail area, up through the body. There's another one. I can just feel, oh wait. He's got 1 tiny dent on his head. Another dent in his wing. So what you can take away from this is I'm fairly confident if I was wearing a thick jacket, you could shoot me with a shotgun with these loads at 100 meters. Granted, you get that in the eye, you might have a bit, but you got to think retained energy at 100 meters through a 6 shot is what, like 0.6, 0.7 of a foot-pound. It's not great. Obviously where these have the extra speed and slightly better quality shot and a plastic wad, they will retain energy just that little bit better, as you can see. Okay, I'm fairly sure we can actually reuse these targets. I'm certainly going to reuse that target down there. I think I won't reuse this one. So what we're going to do is I'm going to shoot BBs at 3. There's no point testing these any further, right? Not at 100 meters. We're going to shoot BBs at 100 meters. I'm going to shoot into 2 targets with BBs, and I've got those black gold 4s I was using last time. I'm going to shoot into 1 at 100 meters with that too. So I'm not sure if you're expecting me to take the same punishment I did last time, but I'm not a sadist. So I've got my favourite game gun out. Yeehaw. 40 grams of 4 black gold. Right hand target. We have 10 cartridges, 12 bore, BB shot, 50 gram, 76mm, that's 3-inch plastic wad, Game Ball Mammoth High Bird Magnums. They say high bird. That is a high bird. So the left-hand target, I shot straight at it. The right-hand target, I actually gave it a bit of drop. Ballistically, at 100 meters, a BB out of this, going the speed that it does, will have somewhere between 19 and 26 inches of drop, depending on the ballistic coefficient of the BB itself. I don't know what that is. I haven't opened one up, but we might do next time. I'm very intrigued just to see how lucky we got at that 100-yard pheasant. So here we are at the number 4's target. This might have died. There you go, the luckiest headshot or the most unlucky pheasant in history. That's the only shot on the actual pheasant, and we have 1, 2 shots in the bottom here, both of which penetrated quite slowly. You can tell by the lead deposit, and they did just about make it out the back. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to leave this up and go look at the other ones. There and there. We have 2 hits on the paper, nothing on the thing. That's with 50 grams of BB, what people joke about shooting pheasants with at long range. You just haven't got the pattern. As I said, I've never pattern tested that arm stand before, but let's assume that I can shoot in a straight line. All right, I hit him in the wing. You know, these are very scared pheasants. Let's put it that way, these are very scared pheasants. And if you were to connect with one of these BBs, you do actually have just enough potential energy just to bring it down if you get it just in a vital. And instead of shooting these anymore, because there's clearly no point, we can shoot all day long and hope for the best of actually getting one lucky pellet in. We're going to see if we can get any consistent patterning. Remembering that this board has 4 holes, the next board has 2 holes, and so on and so forth. We're going to shoot them all with 50 gram BBs at 90 and 80 meters, and then we'll be done, more or less. So a quick word on ethics, actually, before we move any further. Ethics are very different, or morals, hunting morals are very different from country to country. I found out across the course of my life. In England, people are quite happy to shoot at these long range pheasants. However, if I dared say I'm going to go and shoot a red deer with a 223, people go, no, you can't do that. Or if I said, well, it'd be alright, I'm going to take a 300 Win Mag out and shoot that roe deer, it doesn't matter if I shoot it in the guts, people go absolutely mental. Is that any different from me saying that I'm going to go out and shoot pheasants at pellet bouncing range? I don't know, in all honesty. And it's probably an argument, or it's not even an argument, it's a conversation that's probably not even, doesn't bear having, or else we'd all only take shots within 25 yards to guarantee our skill. I do think that we owe ourselves to be a good enough shot to go out and actually hit these pheasants effectively, and perhaps to rein in our high bird shooting. Who knows? I don't want to get into that fight. I don't have a problem with high bird shooting. That's why we're here, right? To have a discussion. Let's get back. I'm going to shut up and we're going to pull the trigger. All right, left hand target, 90 meters. Middle target, 80 meters. 70 meters, right hand target. I think I punched myself in the nose there. So at target 1 here, we have 3 balls on the target, 3 new balls. 1, 2, and 3. So those 3 balls, I have 1 on the pheasant. It's not a killing shot by any means. Obviously people go, yeah, but you'd have more pattern if you used a smaller ball, but a BB retains enough energy to actually kill this bird appropriately. That's 90 meters. 90 meters, I stood a little bit of a chance. I would have wounded that bird. If I had a good dog, probably would have picked it. Maybe, if this didn't just go through the little feathery part between its body and its wing there. Who knows? Next, 80 meters, I have 2 new holes on this piece of paper, nowhere near the Lord Pheasant himself. I would say that was just a bit of a dodgy pattern, perhaps, but at the same time it just goes to show at these longer ranges, holes do exist. Yes, if I'd have fired 6s at him, as we found out shooting 6.5s and 5s at that longer range, I did pepper him, being a cock pheasant. We're talking about clean kills here. Next, it's becoming apparent to me that I really should have crossed off the balls that were on here before, but there weren't any, that weren't a 4 shot. That was on there before, so we have BBs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 BBs. 7 BBs on target. All clean, good penetrations. None of them were on Derek though. So, 70 yards, even the 50 gram BBs, which would result in a clean kill, can't be trusted onto pattern well enough to kill the bird effectively. We're going to look more at the at cartridge testing in the future after we look at ballistics in episode 3, and perhaps find, if we can, a cartridge that is best suited to these 70 yard birds, because it clearly is not 50 gram BBs. As much as we could all agree that these BBs are going to be a dead or not dead kind of situation, which we all prefer. Let's say we actually want to consistently hit when we're on it. Obviously, shot does come in string format, which means that although this 2D target is a good representation of pattern, obviously this pellet and this pellet could have been like 10 foot apart. Going at such a speed, that probably made too much of a difference, but it might. So this bird would have been flying through this pattern. We're not going to think too much like that. Let's keep thinking 2D, because Derek's 2D. So before we finish, we're just going to step back and take a shot from 55 yards, just to quantify in our heads what we found out last week. The hidden game load's about to go in. The whole Sovereign Parkour 6.5, 28 grams, 70 mil, top barrel, full choke, 55 yards. I'll say that again. I'm fairly sure we can all agree that that is a stone dead pheasant. Almost absolutely guaranteed. Nice dead shot through the neck. The only thing I will say is it was about the unluckiest pattern in the world, because there's a little hole there where the pheasant's body is, but the rest of it, much pheasant death. Thanks very much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time in the classroom. Hi guys, welcome to the gun shop.